Mary set out, Mary traveled, she entered the house of Zechariah, and she greeted Elizabeth. There's no turning back. Mary is on a journey. She sets out and does not hesitate. The lack of hesitation on Mary's part reminds us that you and I are called to walk with that same clear direction that allows us to hear the voice of the Lord when he comes. God does not hesitate to come into our lives in the form of a vulnerable little child, a human being who grows in us a purpose like none other. To help us to understand God's lack of hesitation in coming to us is the fact that God uses people. Mary, Elizabeth, Zechariah, Joseph, John the Baptist. God will use us to remind each other that God is with us. He's not some idea. He is the incarnation. God will use human beings to make the presence of his Son known and loved and followed, but most of all imitated. That is why the role of Mary in our preparation for Christmas is really so crucial. She becomes for us, along with being the mother of the Lord, also our mother who teaches us to listen and to respond. She becomes a great example of living in the presence of God, a presence that reminds us that we're not masters of our universe, a presence that tells us that God will use us for a greater purpose, even if we don't understand it fully. We sometimes miss the richness of the fact that Mary really did question her original call. And we focus on the yes and think nothing of the fact that she really did struggle with this and did not comprehend totally what was going on. But that did not stop her from saying yes. How often have we resisted saying yes to something or hesitated in responding to a situation simply because we felt that we did not have a full understanding? Now, being committed to something or responding to an invitation does not mean that I can only make that commitment if I have a perfect understanding, but simply am open to the fact that I put my trust in God's providence that will guide me. Parents, right, can never predict the outcome of the lives of their children, but that does not stop them from forging ahead with all you have to raise them, to give them values, help them to make right choices, to have integrity, and to find meaning. That's why the gospel today is not a biography of Jesus before he was born. We know what happened. Mary visits Elizabeth. She goes and the baby is leaping for joy. But we're not celebrating the physical birth of Jesus. Jesus is waiting for us. He's waiting for us to welcome him by being people who are willing to listen to the voice of God, to respond, to have a sense of mutuality like Mary and Elizabeth. That's the hope that we base our anticipation of Christmas on. So that's why it's good for us to ask, what is the great hope of Christmas? What do I need? Do I need hope? Do I need trust? Do I need more faith? Do I need more patience or courage? Do I need acceptance? In order for us to truly become Christ, we need to look into the depths of our hearts and ask, what do I need to welcome the Christ child? And do I really trust that he will give it to me? Then, like Elizabeth, we can say, blessed are you who believe that what was spoken to you by the Lord would be fulfilled.